taking to the streets, bringing you shows from some of the coolest music venues. I got a great one for you.
It's complicated.
You know what I mean? Whatever. There he is. Hollywood, California.
Let's get into tonight's show, guys. It's a good one. Spotlight tonight towards David Lynch. You know him as the director of Eraserhead, Mulholland Drive, Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet. But what you do not know him for is Transcendental Meditation. Tonight in the Last Call Spotlight, we've got David Lynch and the David Lynch Foundation. But let's dive deep inside ourselves and talk about the great David Lynch. I've always been very interested in the mind of that particular filmmaker, his personal and passionate expressions in films like The Elephant Man and Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, Twin Peaks, my God. The passion on those films earned him some Oscar nominations. But he's got a new passion of his own now, Transcendental Meditation. He's got a big following for that now too, because it's something he's been passionate about for over 30 years, and it's done his life personally a lot better, and he wants to express that now with children throughout the world through his David Lynch Foundation. So tonight, get ready for this. In the Last Call Spotlight, here's David Lynch.
We don't need to suffer. We need this feeling of happiness and energy and freedom. So you ready? Okay, you got it, this, both of them? True happiness is not out there. True happiness lies within. This phrase doesn't tell you where the within is, nor does it tell you how to get there. You get there by getting this technique called Transcendental Meditation. It's like a key that opens the door to the transcendent. It's easy, effortless, and extremely profound. Looking back, I was weak. I was creative, but I was weak. I was filled with anger. I was taking this anger out on my first wife. I was not a happy camper. I wasn't fun to be with, especially in the morning. I had so many anxieties and worries. And then my sister called out of the blue and told me about Transcendental Meditation. I heard a change in her voice, very noticeable, much more happiness. I said, what has happened to my sister? I wanted this technique, and I got it. Within 2 weeks, my first wife, Peggy, comes to me and she said, what's going on? And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, this anger, where did it go? But you get this friendly feeling that nature's with you. And I felt that. I felt more of a flow, less obstacles, just a smooth flow of things, and so much more enjoyment of the work. You can't imagine it from the surface, you can't wish for it and have it happen, but you get this technique, and boom, that ocean of happiness is available to you to experience. Boom. You hit the transcendent, eternal, unbounded, infinite field of pure consciousness. No one really and truly wants to suffer. Suffering is interesting when you see it on TV or in the movies. It's interesting. When it happens to you, it is not so interesting. It's such a drag. On Dune, for instance, I didn't have Final Cut. It wasn't mine for a long time. I was selling out. I was dying the death. And meditation can save you from that moment. This David Lynch Foundation raises money to give Transcendental Meditation to any student, any human being anywhere in the world that wants it. Well over 100,000 people we've helped start. You take a troubled school. They meditate in schools that have it for a whole school. Within 1 year, it turns from this horror story into a school that you would love to go to, because it's coming from within. the teachers, within the students. They say, Billy can focus now. It's a huge thing. Relationships improve from within, from within. I just love meditation, and I love what it does. You can be a farmer, you can be a banker, you can be a golfer, you can be a painter. It'll work if you're a human being. You get that key, it'll open the door to that, and your life will get better. Believe me.
What an interesting, fascinating guy. David Lynch. More information on the David Lynch Foundation, you go to davidlynchfoundation.org, which makes sense. We'll be right back, more from the parlor. In fact, from Live Nation's Roseland Ballroom, we'll take you to New York City to see the Black Lips. Right after this, I'm going to sit here and